Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Dark Zone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with new immortal setup, which is absolutely broken, because as you see on your screens right now, incoming damage is pretty much non-existent. Absolutely ridiculous. You control elites like there is no tomorrow. Let's take a little bit more challenge here, I guess, and this dude will have more issues than your ex-girlfriend. Nothing can really phase us. We can be immortal. Non-elite enemies, from other hand, are absolutely joke with couple bullets deleted from the server. So as usual, welcome to the insanity. Uncle Butcher in the building, covering Division 2 basically daily. If you want to be updated to all the best PvP, PvE builds in looter shooter RPGs, hit that like, smash that sub, welcome to the family. And like I said, with this setup, nothing and nobody will be able to take you down. Elite enemies are a joke, no incoming damage whatsoever, and as you see, DPS output is really good. And if you will consider that we have 1.7 million armor, I think this DPS output is really good. 1.7 million armor. Yes, you heard me right, my beautiful bastard. How you want to play with this setup? Everything is actually really simple. You want to focus non-elites first, and then elite enemies, bosses, chungus, rogue agents, hunters, you name it, because elite enemies will deal no damage whatsoever for us, especially when you will stack Memento Backpack. You will gain 3% armor regen, which will mitigate all incoming damage, and when you will gain those trophies from Memento Backpack, that's game over. But before we continue, quick warm the sponsor Deviant.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Deviant.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your orders super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself. But now with my promo code EverybodyDev, you'll receive 15% discount on absolutely all services on any game. If there are any questions, don't hesitate. Drop your comment down below in comment section or contact the operator. But now let's get back to this immortal build. It works really good, and guys, I forgot to mention the best part about this setup, that actually it can fit any playstyle. What I mean by that, you can use whatever weapon you want with this build by switching only one piece. It's that simple. If you love SMGs, then go with Sokolov's mask like I'm doing right now. For specialization though, you should use Survivalist. Why? Because we will gain additional protection from elites, medkit will heal us and our teammates as well. We will gain fire grenades, which are extremely handy against waves of enemies as crowd control method. Then we will gain, of course, the increased damage on status affected enemies, and most importantly, we will gain Seek and Mend the Mine. This skill is extremely useful because it will follow us and will heal us as well, and that will proc companion talent. If you want to use gunner specialization or maybe firewall specialization, you should replace Mender Seek a Mine with Fixed Drone. It will follow you as well and will heal you, not as much, but still it will proc companion talent, and that's all you need. But Seek a Mend the Mine will be with you ridiculously long, couple minutes. It has a ridiculous amount of life and it works really well with this build. For the guns though, I'm using Dark Winter as my secondary weapon, Named SMG, and Ouroboros exotic SMG, which you can get by completing incursion from boss drop or by opening caches. And at the end, in terms of my numbers, I'm sitting over 50% crit chance, 100 plus crit damage, headshot damage, really good DPS numbers, and then I have 72% protection from elites. With better mods I would reach like 75 or even more, but 70 is more than you need actually. 70 is the number you should target. and after that it's pretty much, you will not feel that much of difference. So for the mask I'm using Sokolov's mask, which will give me SMG damage. For chest piece I'm using Perfect Companion, which will be triggered with my Seek Amanda Mine. If you want to use other specialization, you should use Fixed Drone, but then you will lose protection from elites. It means you need to switch holster for another improvised piece to gain additional mod slot. So all the synergies will a little bit shift, and you need to improvise, but still you can manage to gain everything I'm getting out. But I would recommend you to stick with survivalist specialization and use Seek Amanda Mine to proc companion, but you have a couple options, like I said, to fit your playstyle in terms of your weapon choice. If you want to use St. Elmo's Engine Exotic Assault Rifle, simply switch mask for Fenris mask to boost assault rifle damage. If you want to use shotgun, maybe Scorpio shotgun, you name it, then use Vegetough mask, and that's it, or Walken Harris mask. If you want to use two different type of weapon, or two different weapon types, excuse me, I am all over the place here. I'm really excited about this build. I think it's really dope, and the companion talent hasn't been touched a lot in this season, but I still think it's really good. You can proc it easily with Seek Amanda Mine. Picard's Named Holster will give us additional 15% weapon damage and skill haste, which is not a bad thing here because we need our Seek Amanda Mine back as quick as possible. For a backpack I'm using Memento backpack, one of the best exotic gear pieces in the game for PvE content. 3 core attributes: skill tier, armor, weapon damage. With trophies you will gain bonus armor, with full stacks you will gain 3% armor regen, you are increasing your DPS output, extremely good. So Memento backpack will help us to deal with non-elite enemies, and protection from elites will help us to delete from the server elite enemies. So everything here is really good, and once you have stacked the bonus armor, this build basically is turning into run and gun setup, run and gun build. So you can basically run around like a freak. You can use shield, you can use maybe decoy, it really depends on your preference. This is template how I'm using Sokolov's mask, Ouroboros, Perfect Companion, Picard's holster, improvised gloves, knee pads, and Memento backpack. And in each mod slot I'm using protection from elites. So this setup in my eyes is easily one of the best one-man army immortal builds in the game. Bye.